Hi everybody, and this is Jackie. I want to welcome you to my channel. This is the Stitching Adventurer, and I am sorry I haven't been on in a while. There is a huge amount of things going on. I will be doing a floss tube update probably the end of July, and then trying to keep on track with that. But it's exciting stuff going on. It's a relief to a lot of stuff that I think I have brought up very briefly on my channel here. And in order to bring relief to that, I kind of needed to put aside some stuff for a while and work on that. And I'm finding it quite exciting that it is getting taken care of and out of the way. And it's a whole new adventure, and a whole new chapter in my life is going to result from it. So I'm really excited about all of that, and it was important for me to do it this way. So I will get caught up on my cross stitching throughout July, and which I'm excited about. There has been a few evenings I've gotten to sit down and stitch, but not many. And I just don't think there's enough accomplished to have done a floss tube. But the end of July there will be. I'm going to not be doing Christmas in July, and the reason being is I am so far behind on my other projects that I really am just dying to get back to. And I'll have plenty of time to work on Christmas projects after my fall projects stitching time is done with. And it just won't be such a big worry. So that is the floss tube extra, and also incorporated into this video, my Sew Sampler monthly subscription came, and I really like it. I have opened it briefly and then suddenly realized I wasn't recording, so I haven't gone all the way through it. All I've really done is taken out this top thing here. So without further ado, now I want to apologize. I needed to do my camera angle like this because once again we are at a high fire risk today and our electricity is off, so we are running off of my solar generator. So I needed to be somewhat close to my light source, so and to the thing that's keeping my phone from dying. I have another batteries pack over here that I keep just for phones when this is going on. So without further ado, let's get into the Sew Sampler box and talk about it. And as I said, all I really pulled out, now those of you who did May's box may remember that was one with Tilda Fabrics. I did not do a Sew Sampler box reveal because by the time I actually had time to do it, there were tons of them already on, and I just feel like there are enough of them out there. But this time, literally mine just got here. I didn't put it aside, and I'm really excited about it. I know exactly what I'm going to do here, and who this project is, who's going to get this project. So now here is what I have looked at it so far, but I just know what it's about. You can just tell by looking at this, can't you? And I know someone who is in love with whales, so I am assuming it's about whales. We're going to find out. Now, also, I don't show the other side of the package. You can kind of briefly see it because there's some coupon codes, things like that, that I just find difficult to show you this and then also keep the coupon codes private, because a lot of the stuff is that way, and you shouldn't be the sharing those coupon codes. They're for the Sew Sampler subscribers. So anyway, but I think something that is open to everyone is the Jolly Tree Farm Quilt and Stitch Along, and it's the Christmas in July quilt stitch along. So it says, join the Fat Quarter Shop for our 2026 Christmas Mystery Quilt, Jolly Tree Farm. A festive quilt and stitched along, filled with merry surprises and cozy holiday cheer. and it is a mystery, so they're not going to show the whole quilt. They just are, yeah. I think they do this kind of every year. This little mystery quilt is stylishly evergreen, and the matching cross stitch makes a merry pairing. Oh, so there's also going to be a cross stitch pattern too as well. Sew with us all through Christmas in July. And so if you can go to their website, and there is a free pattern here that I am not certain if it's available to everyone or not. I kind of think if you go to the Fat Quarter Size website, it's in their free pattern section. If not, there are tons of free patterns in their free pattern section for quilts. So you might want to think about heading over there and just taking a look if you've never been there. But anyway, this one is shown in a crib quilt size, but I believe the pattern has different sizes on it. I haven't gone and looked at it yet, but I think I've seen it there before. So, but it's called and it's made from Fat Eighths. And I think that's why they featured it here, was it might be an alternative for, they like to feature alternatives for the pattern that's in the box. If you don't like it, and so usually that gives you an idea of something else that's in the box. But anyway, shown in crib size, the background fabric is from Bella Solids, and it's called Flapjack's Shortcut Quilt. And so I do believe if you go on to the free thing, now they're also going to be from over the past couple of months, and then also all the way through April of 2027. There's going to be a free pattern in the box. And so they're talking about the Sew Sampler Vault patterns. And it's called Acorn Caps. It's a very, very pretty quilt. And I think you can definitely, looking at the picture of this one here, I haven't looked at the pattern yet, can make this in almost any size that you want. And it's very pretty. But it's called Acorn Caps, and it is available if you want to. I believe it's right around $12 if you want the pattern. It's a PDF download. And then they have a coupon here for a certain 25% off of Elizabeth Hartman patterns. So I am going to take a look at those. I see one there, really cute. I see 3 there that are really cute, but one in particular that I may want to get for sure right now. But anyway, at the 25% off. But here it is. So the box is called Making Waves. All right, so let's see what's in there. And I'm wondering if I could use the fabrics from Tilda from last month in it or not. We're going to see once we look at the pattern. All right, let's see. Okay, well, sure enough, now I know why so here's our box. You know, we have our typical box. And lately, since they've been celebrating 10 years of Sew Sampler, that has been on the inside of the boxes. So I'm going to put the box over here, and sure enough, it is a stack of Fat Eighths. So let's open this up. There we go. And let's look at the fabrics really quick. Now this is a Moda fabric by Elizabeth Hartman, and it's called Scenery. Okay. And more than likely, if these fabrics are not available right now on their site, this Fat Eighth stack, usually they show up at some point. Okay. So I'm just going to show you. I'll show it up. I learned this from Arkansas Gals on their YouTube channel. But if I show it up close, that's going to show you the pattern. If I pull it away, that's normally going to show you a good idea of the color. Now, I am going to say that because of the reason I mentioned a few minutes ago, the light is not great in here. But anyway, so you get a good idea of the picture and the pattern right about there. That's great. So that's what we'll try. We'll try doing that and see if that worked. I really love this. I'm not a huge yellow person, but I am finding it very, very helpful. I will say I think the yellow is a little bit brighter on the screen than it is in real life. And it's just cute as can be, look. Very, very cute. I love this pattern. I don't know if I'll use it on the same one or something different, but I have a feeling that I'll make something out of that pattern. I just don't know. I'll decide later, but kind of a modern geometric, this one. Very, very useful in quilting for texture and the neutral color. And here's stars. And it looks like that's in a couple of different colorways. And then here's this one. It looks like there's just one of these. Very, very pretty. And then these are little bow ties. That's what it looks like. Could be butterflies. They're so small. Very, very cute. And here's that geometric, and look at the color on that. And then here's the stars in kind of a peach colorway. So that is the fabric we got this month. It's a stack of fat eighths, and I really like it. Not certain if what I think the pattern is, I'm going to use this on it, because I am already seeing something else with this, but we'll find out what the pattern is. So let's see what it says about the fabrics. Let's see. The value of the fabrics, the fat eighths stack, they are saying is $34.98. Sunset Wales Scenery Fat Eighth Bundle by Elizabeth Hartman for Moda Fabrics. Glide into summer with Scenery by Elizabeth Hartman for Moda Fabrics, where cheerful color and playful prints swim together in harmony. Deep ocean blues mingle with vibrant corals and breezy sea glass greens, creating a collection that feels like sunshine sparkling across the waves. Now see, they may have just talked me into using it there. I don't know. Using this on, if this is what the pattern. I haven't gotten to it yet. But tiny geometric prints add gentle ripples of texture, making every fabric feel lively and full of movement. Whether you're stitching something simple or diving into the Sunset Wales quilt pattern. With this curated set of 12 fat eighths, the collection is ready to make waves. Now the next thing they talk about is this. You're going to get a set of 5-count Smets chrome sewing machine needles, valued at, these are quilting needles, valued at $6.48. Sharp, sleek, and ready to dive deep, these Smets chrome quilting needles are designed to glide through layers with ease. Their chrome finish adds extra strength while helping stitches stay crisp, clean, and precise from start to finish. Whether you're piecing together your patchwork pod of patchwork. Yep. I think this pattern is going to be exactly what I think it is. Maybe not, I don't know which pattern, because there's a lot of different patterns featuring a whale on the market, but we're going to see. Or quilting those final rolling waves. These quilting needles handle every layer smoothly and effortlessly. It's a shining little star in your sewing area that helps every project come together beautifully. Okay, let's see what's next. Elizabeth Hartman's Casserole enameled needle minder. Isn't that cute? That's a quilt block, isn't it? Called Casserole. I'm not certain. It says she's known for her pictorial quilts on the back of this. And I can tell that magnet is very strong. It stuck to those needles like you wouldn't believe. But it says on the back that she's known for her pictorial quilts. And see how this one has the florals along the edge? I'll bet you that's one of her quilt blocks. It says it's a Sew Sampler exclusive. Value is $11.98. Fuel up with a cozy casserole, then settle in to make waves. This charming enamel needle minder by Elizabeth Hartman brings a warm, homey touch to your sewing space while keeping your needle right where you need it. Featuring her iconic casserole quilt block, this trusty little helper stays put while you stitch away. Equal parts practical and playful, this Sew Sampler exclusive proves that even the smallest notions can make a splash. All right, and the next thing should be our pattern, and it is Sunset Wales quilt pattern. What do you know, guys? I knew it was Wales, and I think this person would even really like this one. And it's done with this fabric, so I don't know. Let's read. Sunset Wales quilt pattern, designed by Elizabeth Hartman. Drift into a sunset stitched with Wales and warm summer skies. The Sunset Wales quilt pattern by Elizabeth Hartman features a playful pod of gentle giants swimming across calm waters while cheerful sun. Oh, it does have sun. Yeah, those are suns. While cheerful suns, in plural, suns, S-U-N-S, peak above the horizon. Bold shapes. Gosh, I hope there's enough yellow here for all of those. Well, I don't guess they all take yellow. Yeah, so that's good. Okay. Some of them are orangish. So hopefully there's enough here. Bold shapes and clean lines make each whale stand out, while the repeating layout creates a soothing rhythm. Modern, whimsical, and full of personality. This pattern shows off bright prints in a quilt that is sure to make waves. And so this one makes a finished size of 42.5 inch by 42.5 inch. So it's a square. And it can either be hung up, or I guess you put it, just put it on the top of the bedspread on the bed. Now what you need as far as finishing, in addition to this, and it's almost like a mint green, the background here is it's, you need, now this is very confused. Oh, backing. Okay, now to finish the front, it says when you buy your material for your backing, if you don't already have anything in your stash, that's going to take 3 yards. Which I'm assuming is not of 108 inch. I can't imagine 108 inch you would need to get 3 yards. But of the finishing kit, now it doesn't say what's in the finishing kit. Normally when I bought that, it comes with the backing, just not the just not the quilt top. So it says there's 3 yards for backing that you need. Then you need 1 5/8 yards for the background, the sashing, and the border. Then you need a fat 1/8 in, and it's a black accent, which I think is for the whale's facial features. And then you need a 1/2 yard of a fine, it's a kind of a turquoise or aqua gingham. I don't think you can see it well enough there. Maybe right there you can. That is what the binding is made out of. So, now this pattern is exclusive to the Sew Sampler box. So that's pretty exciting. Now what else? There's a good, and this is a big size spool. This is from Superior Threads. It's the Superior Pima line, and this has like 1,200 yards. And this is supposed to be a really good thread. I've never used Superior threads before, so I'm anxious to try it. So it's 1,200 yards or 1,097 meters. And it's 100% Pima cotton, and it's kind of in a grayish, grayish. I would call it a cross between a gray and a beige, a very light beige. So it's neutral, and I think it'll work great for this. So what they've given you is enough to not only sew your quilt, but to quilt it. I'm looking on here to see where it says the weight. I think you probably have to know more about the Pima thread to know the weight, because it doesn't say. Oh. 50 weight. And then it has 50/2 weight. So it's a 50 weight cotton, and that'll work well for quilting. Okay, now here comes the bonus pattern that they are putting out as a gift for about a solid year. So we're several months into that by now, and I think this one's really pretty. It's called the Acorn Caps quilt. Look at it. It would be a very good scrappy quilt if you just look at it. You're not gonna, yeah, you might have to go if you don't have. I'm gonna start buying white, and then also vintage looking white, or either that I'll start dyeing it, but I'd almost rather just buy it done already. Anyway, you know that color. I'm having a brain thing right now just to describe it. I'm using so much of those two colors for backgrounds anymore right now. It seems like a lot of the quilts I've been doing the last couple of months have not had any small print in them. Some have, but by and large they haven't. And then I may have something hopefully that'll work. Depends on what the blocks look like, but I'm going to do this scrappy for sure because I really like it. But it's called Acorn Caps quilt pattern, and it's exclusive to Sew Sampler, and this is the free one from the Sew Sampler's vault, originally published November of 2019. And they show on the back the patterns, and like I say, you can go buy this if you want in a PDF format. It takes 2 charm packs for the top, and then you're going to need 1.5 yards of background, 7/8 of a yard for borders, 5/8 of a yard for binding, and 3 1/4 yards for backing. And then they're suggesting the Creative Grids Perfect 5 ruler, and I will probably be purchasing that, and the reason being I'm trying to gradually add to my Creative Grids, and I also like the Lori Holt rulers. I like both of those, so I'll look and see whose I like better in a 5, in the, you know, for a 5-inch block, because I haven't got one, and I do have one, but the markings on it are just, I don't like it. I have found that sometimes in some of the inexpensive rulers, the markings are just not as used. Now, we also are doing our 3rd month on our quilt along. I have not started on it yet, you know, and I was going through my stash, but I may go ahead and order the monthly kits for these. I'm going to see how much they are. My stash just isn't built up very much right now, and so I don't know. I have some in the colorways that they're talking about here, so I may not order that. I don't know yet. We'll see. But this is this month's block, and There's three different colors needed: a white and kind of a peach floral, and then this one that they're calling for here is like a they're calling it the red velvet cake block. And I mean, it's the color of that fabric there is the color of red velvet cake. Now but it's a gingham. Now I don't have a gingham that color, but I have another one. And I believe I have some peach. The print in the peach may be way too big. I'm not sure. We'll see. What I'm going to have to order is some more white. I am down to about the bottom of my white quilting fabric. So I may, like some other people are out there doing, is try ordering it by the bolt, which is hard for me to store a bolt in my present living situation. So I don't know. That would be the most economical. But so that is the June Sew Sampler box. And once again, I appreciate y'all for the patience over my floss tube videos, my slow stitch videos, and my quilting videos. These are some things that needed to be taken care of. And for me, some of it was emotional impact of it, but it was also time consuming. And just my focus totally on it. And so I'll be kind of starting over on my stitching as far as I have been doing a night here and there, but not for even very long. Have been so tired at the end of the day. And so July will be my restart month, but it's a very happy time for me, actually, to be getting this stuff out of the way. So without further ado, I will say goodbye to you guys. You will see me throughout the month of July. I have some plans, but it won't be floss tube necessarily. It'll be from some of my other stuff, and then we'll get caught up on floss tube at the end of July. I don't think I've got any new haul or anything for floss tube. I haven't been in a spending mode other than my 2 subscription boxes that have been coming in. So I have this one, and then I had the Bella Rose Quilt Society box that I get. So right now, that I had wanted to get a 3rd box, but right now I'm looking at how much those boxes are both taking out of my monthly budget, and the fact that sometimes I want to buy the finishing kits for both of them. Now Bella Rose is only every other month, and I like that, and it's a bigger project than Sew Sampler. But I love the size of the projects in the Sew Sampler. I kind of wish, now that they've gone up, that they had 2 projects in there. And I guess they do. You're just supplying your own. But I also like the fact that they are having these great things like this. So I guess at this point, I would say just leave the Sew Sampler as it is. But I would love to see Fat Quarter Shop come out with a bigger box every month. Or every other month. I would just love it, because as good a job as they do on this one, I would keep this one. And as good a job as they do on their boxes, I would totally go for, in addition to that, doing a bigger box. Now, I don't do Halloween, so I won't be getting their Halloween box. I'm hoping they have a Christmas one out. But I keep going on their website, because most of the websites, their Christmas ones sell out early, and I've been keeping to watch, and maybe they sold out last year, because I know a lot of them put their Christmas boxes for this year up right away after their boxes were out last year. And I've gone on and looked at last year's Christmas boxes. Thought, well, I want to get that for this year. and I haven't been able to find it. So I'm thinking, I'm hoping that it's still to come. But I really enjoyed the one for Independence Day, the Liberty box that we just all got, which is a special box. And that one I just happened across. I didn't see it advertised anywhere or anything. Maybe it was. And I just missed it because I thought I'd watched all the Fat Quarter Shop videos. But anyway, I love this box. Like I said, I wasn't hugely excited about the box last month. There are some of the Tula Pink things that I like. I can't say I dislike Tula Pink. I don't. I love the vivid colors. I just don't always care for the patterns, the subject matter of it. But I love her bright colors. And I think normally if I had plans for something that would use what came in our May box, I would have liked that as well. But I will say that even if I don't find anything to sew those into that I want to do, I love that type of a print for my collage quilting. So even if I don't make what they want you to make out of it, I will use that pattern for something else, I can guarantee you. And I will love that fabric because of the texture and the colors that it can add to a couple of collage quilts that I have planned. So I was thinking about making zip bags from nieces and nephews for Christmas. And I thought, no, this is for me. These are boxes for me. I'm going to keep them, and I am going to use it for one of my collage quilts that I have in mind. So, Jackie, remember yourself as well when you're making things. So, I am going to go and rebrush my hair. I went out in our Texas wind, and when I saw that this box had gotten here 3 days early, the post office just got it here right away. So we'll see you without further ado several times in the month of July, just not necessarily with FlossTube. I'm going to catch up with FlossTube at the end of the month. It'll be other projects that I'm also doing. So love you guys, and you might be able to tell there's a difference in my affect. It is a relief to have these things taken care of in my life, and to be starting this new chapter of my life. So it's making me a very happy person. So, and I think it's going to totally change the direction of my retirement in the future. So love you guys, and we will see you with the next video. Bye-bye.